Hello, my name is Zoe Crawley. I am a undergraduate senior at Vanderbilt studying cognitive studies, and I am a member of the Music Cognition Lab under Dr. Miriam Lentz. This presentation is on the mindfulness-based music and songwriting study, which is a novel telehealth intervention for parents of children with developmental or intellectual disabilities. So a little bit of background about this study. So the study was started because we found a significant risk and challenge to parents of this population, parents of kids with disabilities. Parents face challenges in a wide variety of areas, including increased parental stress, increased likelihood for psychopathology like anxiety and depression, decreased physical health, and in general, just decreased well-being as compared to their peers with typically developing children. So there was clearly a need for an intervention that would work with this population to reduce stress and increase well-being. A variety of different stress reduction interventions have been suggested, but in the literature, we found that mindfulness and mindfulness-based stress reduction principles specifically have the highest impact on this population. In addition, we are the Music Cognition Lab. We have a special interest in the ways that music can enhance our lives and our interventions. And so we looked towards therapeutic songwriting, which has shown promising effects in the literature in increasing engagement and enjoyment of intervention, and also provides kind of a new lens for participants to try out mindfulness skills as they're practicing songwriting. So the current study is a combination of mindfulness-based stress reduction and therapeutic songwriting techniques. It is led by a board-certified music therapist. So the study takes place over 8 weeks. Again, it's telehealth, so it's run over Zoom in one-on-one sessions with the music therapist. And there's kind of a set curriculum that participants go through that includes learning mindfulness skills and practicing through music and meditation and songwriting. And then in the end, parents complete 2 songs. The first is about the child, the second is about the self, in which they're applying the mindfulness principles that they have learned and creating a song with the music therapist. This presentation specifically is on some of the preliminary analysis that was done on this study. The top analysis 1 is an analysis of overall outcome measures, so at pre, post, and follow-up. So at week 0, 8, and 12, we did take some pretty standard outcome measures, including Rife's well-being scale, the Beck depression inventory, the Beck anxiety inventory, and the perceived stress scale. You can see those at the top in box plots. RIFs, the BDI, and the perceived stress scale all showed significant change over time. And the BAI did not, likely because of a few outliers that you can see there. Analysis 2 looked at the affect regulation and connection to therapists across all sessions. So from session 1 to 7, you can see those plots here of the raw data. I ran a linear mixed model analysis and found a significant trend in both the PANAS negative and the iOS scales. For PANAS negative, that is a significant decrease. In the iOS, that's a significant increase across all the sessions. Analysis 3 shows a change in affect and connection to the therapist from start to end at each session. So here we looked at individual sessions, and here we ran a similar linear mixed model and found that there were positive changes on all 3 of these measures. So positive increase on the PANAS positive decrease on the PANAS negative, and positive increase on the iOS as well. So these outcomes were really exciting for us. What they showed is that the intervention is doing something for these parents. So again, negative affect and significantly decreased across sessions, connection to the therapist increased. Even though these were over Zoom, it's still exciting to see that positive increase in connection. And it also, as I mentioned, there was significant change across sessions, which shows us something about the meaning and the effectiveness of individual sessions in this intervention. MBMS participants showed change in these measures of mental health and well-being within sessions and across the program. And those were also maintained at our 1-month follow-up. And also we see from this data that participants had a positive session experience. There was an effect on affect regulation and also social connection. And we think this experience may even motivate participants to want to develop their skills to continue to come into intervention and to practice their mindfulness skills at home, which we've seen through some other data. We also see a positive therapeutic rapport developed even over telehealth, which is really exciting. Of course, telehealth was not the original designation of the study, but because of COVID, we had to adapt. So there was a lot of uncertainty about whether we would still see these outcomes. We also see from this preliminary analysis that this intervention is feasible over telehealth and in this population. So some further directions include expanding the sample size, which we are working on now. We have also launched a randomized control trial version of MBMS. So we will have some great treatment control group data coming in soon to look at. And then also expanding the measurement of affect regulation outside of MBMS sessions using ecological momentary assessment. So that data will all be coming in this year, and it's going to be great to be able to look at that and compare it to this data as well. Thank you for listening to my presentation.